That's... There we go. Found it. Alrighty. Now I can transition. So, yeah, I am... This is supposed to be a Game Jam grab bag stream, so any sort of, global Game Jam games that you have that you'd like us to play, feel free to submit, for anyone watching around, of course. I do know our view count is a little low for today, so whoops, I shouldn't join the game. Anyway, see all games, there we go. That's the button I'm looking for. Yeah, in the meantime, I guess I'll basically start by like checking out some of these Albany games first. Um, and yeah, see if I can do just a tiny bit of promotion here. Anyone have a Robo Game Jam game you want me to play? Check out our stream here. Um, there's puzzle games, there's Roots of All Evil. I think this was like growing. Oh, it was Roots. Okay, that's the theme. So it's about roots. Yeah, I could play this in chronological order. I could play this in non-chronological order. Oh, this is just sorted in alphabetical order. So yeah, we should go in reverse alphabetical order and see what happens. Um, gonna see if I can just create a new tab here. There we go. And this is a platformer. Find your roots, zip an executable. Let's go with the executable. Oh, right. I need to set this up properly. Yar, you can see stuff here. So, whoopsies. Uh, brr, 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 brr. Let's plop that here. Oh, wow. That makes it really easy to figure out how you can see all my stuff here, which is not great. Oh, it's a Unity game. Cool. Are there any audio? I guess finding your roots. So we should probably read the description of the game. A 2D platformer where you die, you turn into a tree. I want to make sure I have some water so I remain hydrated. Arrow keys to move, up arrow to jump, down to place a seed. To find seed, you go to the flowers next to your house. Once you have them, you can place seeds that will grow when you die. You'll also pick up berries. I don't understand, but well, let's see it. All right. Oh, apparently Xbox thinks I'm playing a game. Okay, apparently there's a wall because I can't go to the left forever, it sounds like. Whee! That's some sprite work right there. That is a game design decision, I guess. Alright, alright. I'm pressing down and not doing too much. Can't go inside a house. Cool. It says when you die, but what kills me? Is there a bug where I can double jump? Nope. Does not appear so. Yank. Alright, there's a slightly lower platform. But no, I can only kinda sorta ledge grab. Cool. Keep going right. Oh, this might kill me. It said S to pick up stuff, right? Down to place a seed. To find seed, you go to the flowers next to your house. Once you have them... Okay. There's suddenly a tree that appeared. Oh, you can jump on top of it now. Cool. I should probably take the mouse away. There we go. Better gaming experience. Woohoo! I like the default skybox color. Ah, see? There's a nice little tree right there. And the exit is all the way there. Okay, cool. Doesn't let me jump very far. It would be nice if there were like actual jump sound effects. Sound effects are one of those things where like you notice them when they're not there and you don't notice them when they're there. Very, very strange stuff. Alright. So I could potentially try dying here and see what happens. I mean, trees are now being created right here, which is interesting. Oh, can you just climb them? Maybe that's the intent. Okay, well, let's try it's just simply climbing on them. Tomorrow I embark into the forest. It is said that there is a secret treasure deep within. What treasure it is, I do not know. However, I do know it is said to bring eternal happiness. My father told me this, and his father told him this. My family has been searching for this treasure for as long as time, and I wonder why. Can I just plant them here? Maybe I go to the berries. Oh. Yeah, maybe like I go here and plant them or something. Or maybe I soft locked myself and then I can't proceed any further. This will not be the weirdest thing to happen to me. Okay, I may have just soft locked myself. those trees could use some nine nine section mapping so that it's like basically a UI element. Okay. Hmm. Oh, maybe. Nope. Okay, never mind. I mean, there's gotta... If there isn't a ceiling, then maybe I can surpass those platforms and make it to that second part. That will not be the weirdest thing. Alright, I can't platform off of this. Alright, what happens if I try moving right? Okay, nothing. Darn. Hmm. I can't jump here because it doesn't consider this to be ground. Okay. Well, let's try that again. I'm pretty darn sure I soft locked myself. Alrighty. Toodle-doo. There is a tree planted there, and eventually I'll be able to read what the heck it says up there. But in the meantime, the mouse will just stick on the bottom right-hand corner. Alright, apparently I collected some seeds, I assume. So I could go all the way left and maybe plant a tree here. I press down, I'm gonna see what happens if I do that. Pressing down really rapidly. Then die right there. Alright, let's see if my down presses actually registered. It did not. Okay, so there is something down there. What makes it hard for me to figure out if anything registered at all is like the down function doesn't have a sprite animation to go along with it, so I have no idea if that maneuver worked or not. There's also the fact that it seems like wherever it plants the seed, like it's exactly at bottom level. And the roots keeps me from moving beyond, so I don't know how I feel about that. It just blocks my way, right? The idea is really interesting though. Like it's okay, you're using death as a mechanic, right? That your the life system in a way has meaning now, so I don't mind that part too much. Although it is requiring me to play quite this level over and over again. So it can the action kind of gets a little really repetitive in my opinion. So that's a bit of a concern of mine. Okay, so since I jumped on the side of that, that seemed to have... Okay, and that blocks my way. That's not great. So, like, I know there should be a way for me to, like, get all these other story points. Like, I know... Um, when you hit down, there should be a way to, like, grab something, right? Or there should be a way for me to plant something, right? So I don't know why it's not I don't see any sprites or anything to show me that the planting worked. And so, for example, here I would assume I want to plant something, and I'm tapping down a lot, and I'm not seeing any sort of like sprite animation or gesture. So to me, it doesn't register if something good or bad happened. Yeah, and since it doesn't look like there's anything planted there, to me, I'm like, why? Was that action worth it? And there's also the fact that I can't jump off of, you know, I can't jump off of the root. It doesn't register as a ground is a little annoying too. Um, like I feel like I shouldn't have. I should have been able to climb the tree right there. If there were spikes on the ground, perhaps this would have made that action mate would have made a little more sense. But like, yeah, like I can't climb this tree. And if I were to die at the bottom of it, then that's bad because like I can't jump off of those either. I can't climb this tree right now. I'm tapping up as many times as I can, and it's not getting me there. So to me, this part isn't really choreographed too well. Um, I can't figure out what I'm supposed to do. Hmm. The music is pretty good. I like that. Okay, so it only goes up like 4 levels, it looks like. I don't know if there was an intent to allow ledge grabbing or like jumping off of wall jumping, but this doesn't feel good right now. I think in the like Unity 2D platforms, they made the edge basically ice material, physics material, so that's kind of interesting. Um, that wasn't that didn't transition here. See, looking at this, I would assume that I'm supposed to like jump and die there, but last time I tried doing that, the roots blocked me from going any further. So I'm a little concerned about that. Like now I don't have the motivation to do that. So I don't know. I'm kind of lost. And I can't jump here, so I guess I'll just die there. Hmm. Hello. I received a hello from Victor Silva. So yeah, we're playing Global Game Jam games. If you happen to have one, I put in a link in the submission. Actually, I should hide this. Let me fix something here. The text is wrong. Um, check the description to find the link to submit your Global Game Jam 2023 game exclamation point. There. Maybe I can use a better font while I'm at it. Um, Never mind. There we go. That's accurate. Send a shout out to Colombia. Uh, how? Hmm. All right. Um, so I think this game, Your Roots, has strong potential. Uh, I like the idea of having death, which is a very common, um, which has a very common like game mechanic. Death is usually just a fail state and whatever, right? And to kind of counter that, a way that a lot of games implement to make you feel like you're still making progress would be through, for example, implementing like a level system and so forth. In this case, it's conveying progression through this planting seed every time you die. And I think that idea is really intriguing, and I really would like to see more coming out from that. So the game idea here isn't bad in my opinion. Which country? United States. Ah, so Colombia is in British Columbia or Canada. Um, so to me, like that, the using death as a mechanic is really interesting and deserves to be explored further. I want to uh I want to like this game. Um but there's a lot there's one mechanic that you have in here that I could not figure out whether it actually worked or not, right? Um what I mean by that is like I tap the down button and I see nothing happen. Um, and because of that, I'm like completely uncertain if the game is bugging out and it's just not working as intended, um, and so forth. I think if I had like a visual or even sound effect indicator that planting a seed was possible, then I wouldn't have bumped into so many problems as I did right now. It seemed like the root, for example, was not considered a ground that you could walk jump off of, which seems like a bizarre oversight. Oh, there's a video link here. Maybe this would have demonstrated how this game was supposed to work. It's unlisted. Alright, alright. So, like, I see that there's berries here, and it's like, are you maybe just passing over it gathers that seed? Is there like an inventory system? What's going on? So you died there, then allows you to jump onto that platform. There's a little bug right there, animation. Oh wait, what? How do you do that? See, now I need to know. How did you do that? All right, let's try that one more time. So it looks like you're first supposed to cross over that. Fine, whatever. Maybe I die here. Oh, okay, there's the visual bug that I was talking about. Oh, wait, why does that suddenly work now? Okay, you can only plant 3. Neat. Alas, I did not speak the language that was posted on the chat there, Victor Silva, so that's the reason why I wasn't responding. I wasn't sure what was being said. Aside from I love Nymer Jr., which I don't know whether that was intended to be offensive or anything. I guess they want 3 of these planted here. And then I'll end my life quickly over there. So those are the seeds? Very hard to tell. Alright, and apparently you gather 3 of them. Well, I know what happens if you try planting seeds there. So I can try planting one here, here, I don't know, here. Alright. There, okay, so there's our story element. Yep. Almost there. Ever since the war ended, I've been searching for this treasure. I have lost so many of my brothers and sisters, and I ask if it was all worth all this bloodshed. I need this secret eternal happiness to fill what has been lost in my soul. Huh, I guess somebody has been busy planting trees. Oh no! Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Did the game crash on me? Stunning. Alright, well, let's try that again. Oh, sorry, I paused. Let me do something real quick here. Looks like the game is designed to pause when I'm not hovering over things. Alright, I don't see a submission yet. Seems like the safest place to call it is over there. Maybe unlock bit of story element here. Yeah, that might operate as a platform. So one here. Actually, I might as well just drop one here. Woohoo! Alright. As noted in the description of both the YouTube and Twitch channel, you can, if you like to submit any Global Game Jam games, you can submit the link. In the, yeah, it should lead to a Google form, and you can like submit a link there for me to play your Global Game Jam game. So maybe this goes here, and this goes here, and this goes here. I don't know. I'm making guesses. I have no idea if this works. That looks like that will work. Yeah, I think that's not a bad place. Do 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 do. Bada bum bada bum bada ba bum ba bum bada bum bada bum bada ba bum. Okay, that might suffice as a platform. I don't know, just in case. Plant something here. We probably don't need those seeds. I don't know how much of these story elements I need to collect, so might as well collect them now while we're at it. Okay. Okay, come on. Whoop, 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 whoop. Whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop. Alright. Yo. Yo. Oh. And we already read. Oh. Oh, that just crashes the game. Oh dear. I guess we're just not gonna figure it out. That's been enough of that game, I think. So we could try something else in the meantime. Interesting idea. Uh, the implementation leaves a lot to be desired, in my opinion. This caught my interest. All right, it's a web game, I guess. Exercise your brain in this charming little 2D puzzler. Help a plant grow by spreading its roots underground, navigating around rocks, avoiding hungry worms, and branching out to reach water. Cool. Sure. Oh. Oh, it's a little loud. Can you hear me? Okay, it sounds like I'm audible, but just in case. Learn to play. It is nigh unreadable. Water blocks are your goal on each level. These blocks slice your roots into 2 roots. Both will try to obey each button pressed, so think carefully about getting them to work together. These rocks will cut your path short. These blocks can be broken, but will use up a turn to do so. These blocks will supercharge a plant, adding an extra turn to your roots. These enemies will start eating cross, trying to eat your roots, and avoid them at all costs. Cool. Sure. So I assume it's... Okay, so it's just arrow keys. Looks like it's using the Unity line renderer. Oh, there's a limited number of turns I have, I just noticed. Okay, so presumably fertilizer increases the number of turns I have. 1, 2, 3. Ran out of moves. Okay. Cool. Okay, so that's what they meant by those rocks can be used. Oh, whoops. Let's restart. Okay. What if I go down this way for 3, 2, 6, 4. There we go. Okay. 3, 1, 2. 7, 8. There. Okay. Got it. Okay. That mechanic makes more sense than I thought. Okay, cool. Aw, come on. Okay, well, I kind of felt my way through that, but whatever. Um. Oh, interesting. And I can't move any further. Okay, whatever. The most obvious method doesn't work. Presumably, if I try to do this, yeah, it complains. And I can't move any further. Okay, got it. Um... Down. Up. Left. Down. Up. Down. Right. There we go. Alright. I'm figuring this out. I'm figuring this out. There's a worm. You were eaten by a worm. Okay, got it. Alright. There. Ha! I've outmaneuvered a worm. There. Alright, cool. Okay, I see how this works. You were eaten by a worm. Okay. So it doesn't matter which root gets eaten. Oh, well, okay, I guess I don't need to care about that fertilizer down there. Interesting. There are 2. Okay, that didn't quite work out as I expected, but that's okay. Ran out of moves. Okay. Just thinking this through. Yeah, that would have been... okay. This is harder than I thought. Wait, what? Why does that count? Ah. Hmm. This one's hard. Ran out of moves. Okay, cool. So that's the first mistake I'm making. Right, okay. That's an interesting way of approaching this problem. Okay, so that... Okay, so I think that actually might work. Down, right, go this way. No, okay. Darn. Whoopsies. Okay, so that doesn't quite work. But it does imply... Oh, wait. Oh, whoops. 1, 2, 3. Right, or left, down, down, right, 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 left, 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 down, left, down, down, right, down. There we go. I get it now. Yeah, it's a cute puzzler. This is interesting. You ran out of moves. What happens if I go this way? It just blocks top, okay. Ooh, okay, that block. I soft locked myself there. Okay, okay. There's a lot more options here than the screen is implying. So, like, for example, I could go left, down, and then that won't reach. Okay. If I split here, go up here, can split here, go left, down. If I go to right, then nothing is affected. Then I can go right here, down, split, one, there. Okay, makes sense. Okay. The worm became a non-factor pretty quickly, interestingly enough. There are 12 here. Oh, I kind of think that was not intended. So go down, down, left, down, down, up, right, um, up, going this awkward. Oh, okay. Whoops. I forgot that's how that works. Try going that way. This way. This way. Right. This way. And it didn't grab all the water. Okay. That's interesting. So that tells me up, right, down. Okay. So what I could try to do is I can just kind of scroll downwards, split that path. Out of curiosity, if I just did that. Okay, that doesn't quite work. Okay, so that doesn't quite work either. Okay, interesting. This splits up like this splits up like this. Down, up, right. Up, this, up. Can go like this. Down, up, down, down, right, right, there. Okay, I don't know how I felt through that, but I figured it out. Yay! Oh, I like this. The whichever direction that the fact that it doesn't quite fit in the screen is a little annoying to me, and I will mute this. No, I like this. This was a cute puzzler, as the description implied. I did like the challenge, of course, was the fact that all the route direction would be dictated by the direction that you tapped. The arrow keys. So that certainly added a significant challenge. I don't think I like the worm too much. Like the developers abandoned that worm mechanic pretty quickly, which is an interesting design decision. It seemed like that specific mechanic was a little too much. So I guess understandable. I personally didn't like it too much either. Anyways, but no, I liked it. The music was fun. Definitely could have used a lot more sound effects. Would have liked an undo button to kind of reverse and try different combinations, feel your way out, and so forth. I feel like an undo would not have been too hard to implement. Um, but I could be wrong. Um, what did I like? It was challenging. I did like the split rocks. To me, that was the more interesting mechanic. So it would have been nice to, in my opinion, if that was introduced sooner in the tutorial rather than later. I think the fact that you had these puzzle layout tutorials that introduced what the point of the rock is, how you had a limited number of moves, and so forth, was good. And like there's actually some very clever level design there. But to me, like you want to get to the most interesting part and intriguing part of the game. So when you get to, like to the split rock, that's when the game became like such an interesting and challenging uh force to or it made the puzzles much more intriguing and interesting. So I would have wished that the split rock came in sooner. We could have, for example, skipped the whole you need to break through the rock level. um, Normally, when you kind of make these like piecemeal levels, I personally like to start with like getting the important stuff, getting the most fun elements in as soon as possible, and then like add a mechanic, have like a small level that forces the player to reckon with a new mechanic, and then from there bring back the old elements and just kind of escalate the puzzles from there. No, this was cute. I liked it. Had fun. Sharing is caring. So cool stuff. That was a good game. Um, I did go out completely out of order, but let's go back in reverse order again. Uproot. What does it mean? It was made in Unreal Engine. What? And it's a very sad tree. Um, a young tree named Oakley decides to uproot itself and find greener pastures. All art by Paul. Oh, there's a game website. Maybe it would have been faster if I. No, no, it's exactly the same thing. All right. Then let's try it. Extract. Why do you? Run anyway. See if this works. Huh? Options. Checkpoints. Yes. And tips. Yes. Play. Left and right arrow keys to move. WASD also works. Jump to down arrow to root and regain stamina. Like so. Cool. What happens if I fall? Okay. I assume this was made in Unreal's paper. You can't regain stamina on rocks. Okay. So you can regain that way. Interesting. Oh, this is really it's a little floaty. Press R to reset. The air velocity is a little hard to control. Holding a direction in the air will drain stamina. You can minimize input to conserve stamina. Okay. Thus the greater velocity. That's a sound effect. Ah! But yeah, that's a sound effect. So at least there's sound effects for recharging, which I like. It's a very satisfying recharging sound effect. Whoop, 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 whoop. 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 Oh, I made it. I don't know if that was supposed to happen. Oh, blind jumps. Cool. I like blind jumps. Oop. Oop. Okay. That was an intentional design decision, I see. Whee! Okay, cool. Doopy doopy doop boop. Boom. Boom. Alright. Oh. 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 Okay. Up, 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 up. Oh. So any horizontal movement, like tapping left or right, causes you to drain? Which is a really fascinating mechanic. Whoop. Whoop. Okay, well, that's a sound effect. Okay. Yo. 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 It encourages just jumping, which is really fascinating. Okay. Ice is slippery, but doesn't use stamina when you slide on it. You cannot root on ice. Okay. This is hard. So I see why the strange velocity is applied, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Oh, cool. I can kind of disregard the ice is slippery part. I don't really... Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay. Whoop. Jump. Whee! Nice. Yoink. Yoink. Ah! Yeah. Okay. Well. Whoa. Not doing a great job with this. Whoa. Okay. Well, that's fine. Ah, so close. Well, I mean, it's impressive that it's all on a single Metroidvania level. Okay. Whoop. Oh. Whoop. Oh. Whoop. Whoop. Kind of as a tree, it's hard to tell, you know, what their base, what their foot, um, I guess their bounding box is. Darn. Don't, 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 don't. Oh, okay. Don't. This was intended to be played on a keyboard, right? Okay. So recharge. I feel like the ice tutorial was too short to kind of like justify the skill-based stretch. Because now I'm struggling pretty badly. Okay. Jump. Okay, nope, that didn't quite work. Jump. Do you just gain more aerial velocity as you hold left? I feel like I had a successful working rhythm. Then I just lost it all. Oh, oh, oh. Darn. Oh. Feel like I just... Yay! I did it! Oh, that was kind of cute. I like that. That was hard. That was a hard platformer. Unique mechanic. I did like the stamina really forcing you to think through. So there's like a little bit of like a puzzle platforming aspect behind this. Um, so yeah, no, cute. I liked it. Uh, I did think the bounding box, a trigger or the hitbox, especially when it comes to platforming, the hitbox of the tree was kind of ambiguous. It's I think the problem has more to do with the readability of the sprite itself. So to me, that was a bit of a concern. Um, I kind of would have liked a jump sound effect. That's just me. The checkpoints was okay. I did think the placements were on the more fair side. Some of the platforms were really small, and that I found was a bit concerning to me. So I kind of would have liked to see more, um, a little more behind each platform to make it feel like the platforming segments itself felt fair. That is surprisingly more important to the playability of the game when the player has confidence, you know, in when the player has confidence in playing the game, it significantly boosts the playability of it, in my opinion. Let's see. No, I did like the game quite a bit. The puzzling part, I did think the ice was a bit underutilized, but then again, ice is kind of a unpopular mechanic, so to speak. So that's not too unusual from my perspective for that to be sort of binned for a bit. Um, it's a little interesting to me that like the if you hold left or if you hold right, then it causes your stamina to go down. I feel like a little more explanation could have been spent on that because that to me is such an interesting because it encourages the player to jump more often. And I don't know, it just kind of struck me as an interesting but a bizarre like it takes there's something in it, maybe like a better tutorial or something that doesn't feel right about that specific mechanic to me. Um, Maybe, for example, like a one of the bigger problems I've had, for example, was when you're jumping, like it was hard to control, especially on keyboard here, the horizontal velocity of your jump. So like it was easy to overshoot the platform, right? So with that in mind, it would have been nice if instead there was maybe like a double jump to make it easier to adjust your velocity without costing a significant amount of stamina, as an example. The implementation of the fact that moving horizontally removes stamina made it hard to do the platforming itself. Um, because horizontal velocity is a critical element in any sort of precision platforming, especially when the platforms are really small. But that takes up stamina, and you could die in the process. So there's a weird disconnect in the player's incentive when they're trying to platform between and land on a smaller platform. So I feel like that part could have used a little more work, in my opinion. But cool. Um, I believe we were supposed to go until 2 or 1 or 2 hours. Um, I was a little late, so that was kind of to be fair. It said this was a web game, so I might as well check it out. You are a simple root vegetable, and you do not have the luxury of legs to jump. However, you have something better, roots. Roll and grapple with your roots in this unique platformer. AD to roll, mouse click to grapple. Okay, so far the title screen is promising. Um, oh, it is just roll. Okay. No aerial control. Well, would have been nice to have a little bit of guidelines to indicate. Oh, checkpoint. Neat. Ouch. Rank. Whee! Ouch. Okay. This suddenly got really hard. Yoink. Yoink. Ouch. The fact that there's no impact kind of hurts the, Oh, okay, cool. There's no crush mechanic. That's nice. Fine. Okay, well, I finished it. That's cool. Ouch. Ouch. I don't know why that doesn't reset your health. That seems like a bizarre oversight. Whoop. There, I feel more secure. Whoop, 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 whoop. Alright. I mean, I could just die, right? And regain my health that way. Yeah. That seems like a little unnecessary of a mechanic right there, that health orb. When the player is kind of incentivized to just die instead. Fine, I'll take it. Also, I don't think you're supposed to be able to grapple that. Oh. Okay, so there's something magical there. Some of the movement can be made magical, but this isn't quite registering to me. Oh, that's a really nice splash effect. Nice sprite work. Whoop, 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 whoop. Up. Whoop. Okay. Ouch. Oh, cool. I think not making this character a sphere collider may not have been a good idea. Alright, cool. Let's feel a little more secure about that. Okay. Okay. I'll figure this out. I wonder if that was on purpose. Wow, it's so fast. Yeah, I'm just gonna take that. Oh no! This platform is kinda slow. Okay, that's cool. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, whoops. I lost control. That was on me. No worries. Not a programming error. Oh, okay. There's an interesting glitch there with the web version. Or maybe it's just Firefox, I don't know. Cool. Running out of patience. Whoop. Whoop. There we go. Alright. Oh, that was cute. I like that. Escape. Let's close that. Okay. Um, there was some some good parts. The art is really good. Lots of credit to the art, especially the little like the droplet and then it splattering on the ground. That was like really good. Um, really high def. There was a lot of effort in just that sprite animation alone that I think deserves a lot of credit. For the most part, um, the grappling mechanic was fairly easy for me to understand. There was some interesting potential behind the movement. Um, it's a little unfortunate that you always get pulled towards the direction that you clicked on. Pardon me, you clicked on at at all times, so that kind of makes the potential and the utility of the grappling hook a little limited in my opinion. Um, so perhaps being able to add a little more flexibility to that would have been a little nice. Perhaps being able to adjust whether you're going towards or away from that point, so forth. I would have liked to see like some sort of trail showing where my mouse was pointing to let me know where I would have attached um, the to something. And having that like will be a good visual indicator to let me know whether by the time I click on the um, mouse, whether I would succeed or not on that. So that would have been nice, in my opinion. Music was pretty okay. Not sure. It was a little bizarre to have that weird um, bongos, I guess, playing. The rolling, the rolling was an interesting mechanic. I guess like the intent was to focus more on the grapple hook, which makes sense. It's a lot faster to travel. Um, so like I didn't rely too much on the roll, and that would have been good, except for on the third level there was those like slow moving platform with a lot of droplets falling. Like it was hard to precisely land yourself and directly in the middle so that you wouldn't get hit by those rainfalls. And as you can see, I just kind of got bored with it and just tanked through that instead. So that could have used, I don't know if precise movement could have used more work. Um, because on one hand, like the rolling conveys that this game is based off of momentum, right? If that's the case, I think the level should have really been designed with momentum in mind and less so with precision. But at the same, I don't know, but like then you have those weird parts in the level where it sounded like you wanted to have some sort of precision platforming where you had to kind of like swivel your way in between two raindrops. And yeah, I thought that was sort of like an intent mismatch there. I think the either focus more on less precise, more momentum driven gameplay, or focus on precision platforming and thus tight controls are more important. No, the rolling shouldn't have momentum and so forth. Like I kind of wished the game would have focused on one or the other. My opinion, of course. Um, well, I might as well take one more, l- take a look at one more game, a look, and then call it a stream here. I know actually playing games, I was like a good half a minute late, but oh, there's a dot Big Bang. Okay, interesting. Bike across the city to deliver veggies as fast as possible. Try to find the fastest route than your multiplayer opponents. All right. Developed by Quick Pocket, which sounds just like Jordan. I think I know who made this. Deliver veggies across the city as fast as possible. Okay, cool. Let's see if I manage to do it. I don't know the controls. I'm I'm clicking all the buttons. I don't know what that did. Um, Share this game. Yeah, Jordan, I figured. Um, do you have... Wow, you didn't... There is no controls here. That's concerning. Oh, there we go. Maybe we should restart this? Yeah, let's try that. All right, cool. I am already taking one of the slowest paths possible. That is okay. One day I will feel shame, but today is not that day. Now let's see if I can route this. Oh, oh. Wow, you reverse really quickly. How fast is the reverse controls? Interesting. The camera really does not like it, but you control it with a mouse. So that does make for an interesting challenge. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh, but my controls get reversed too, so that's an interesting challenge. Whoop, 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 whoop. Whoa. Oh, okay. Hmm. Okay. This is kind of a large level, Jordan. Whoa. Whoa, you reverse so quickly. Uh, okay. I'm like half looking at the mini map, and not paying any attention at all to the actual graphic, which might be a concern there. Yeah. Camera could use a little work, I feel like. Doesn't feel as responsive to me. I know the camera is probably not something that Jordan actually, the developer actually worked on, but yeah, no, doesn't feel right. And I don't know, I'm kind of obsessive over that, so whoops. Oh, no, don't care about that. Whoa, whoa, rush. Boom. You. And whoa, screech. Gotta have the rubber screech sound. Squash. That's so this is why I'm not a sound designer. An interesting fog effect there. Pow! Oh. 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 Going this way, going that way. Do 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 do. Oh, the real-time shadows is strange. Oh, because it's just really low resolution texture. Okay, that never mind. That's not as strange as I thought it was. I'm trying to find some entertainment here. Trying to keep it, add some sound effects and add some pizzazz. Uh, this way. Here we go. Wee. Wee. Whoa. Oh, wow. How much do I want to spend time here? I will spend as much time as I want to. It's not like there's a bad time or ending here. Ho ho ho. Ha ha. Mwah ha ha. I am a cube on a bicycle and nobody can stop me. It's like the little gingerbread man. I am here to deliver gingerbread. Not me, I am not a gingerbread. I swear by it. Yoo-hoo. Yo ho ho. You should have seen that amazing K turn. Or A turn. Doesn't really matter which turn it is. It was amazing. You just had to believe in it. Whoa! Look at that. And that. And that. Oh, amazing maneuvers. Absolutely professional. You have never seen a better cyclist. Whoa. And look at that U-turn, K-turn, A-turn, all the letters of the alphabet turn. Maybe that's called a B-turn. And that's a C-turn, where you don't even turn. Look at that high score of 534 seconds. So that means that's that's almost 10 minutes. That's concerning. But okay. I mean, it's a collectathon. Um the level's kind of big. I kind of wish it was smaller. Some interesting ideas here. I did think the gameplay was a little repetitive. There's like it feels like just a simple maze game with collectibles in it, which there's only so much you can do. I feel like within that venue that makes it fun, not fun. And in this case, like I felt like the mini map kind of made the mini map itself was the game. I don't know. Like obviously there wasn't much time to work on this game, but like I felt like the mini map was the game and that was sort of it. Was there's some potential um but I don't know. I felt like even then the some part was kind of limited. it was it was fun for like getting trying to get used to the controls of the bicycle. I think that to me was sort of like the most interesting part of the game. Like the bicycle controls was vehicle control was really interesting. Um the but once that novelty wears off, like there wasn't I didn't feel like there was much there. Oh, you did pull in the Zen diversifier, so okay, maybe that was the intent. Um, because you said like, hey, try to get a faster route than everyone else. It's like, oh, I guess like if this was like a high score or a multiplayer kind of thing, then that would be something I would be concerned with. But mm, looks like that was not the intent. Um, I don't know. Felt it felt there could have been simultaneously more and met the limits of its game design itself. So I have mixed feelings about that. Um, Certainly for a game where it's just like collect a bunch of stuff, I would hope that it's less than 10 minutes long as sort of like a mini if I kind of imagine this like a mini game, the level itself felt really large for what it was trying to achieve. And there's not a lot of visual like there wasn't a lot of visual diversity in it. No sort of landmarks that made me compelled to go towards a specific direction. So I don't know. I feel like there I guess I want there to be more in this game, despite the fact that I know there was a time limit to finish it. I don't know. I'm doing a really bad job at kind of describing this. I feel bad because I'm good friends with Jordan here, so don't want to be ragging on him too much. Interesting idea. Could There's just a lot that could have raised my interest. I haven't even mentioned the lack of audio in it, which, to be fair, may be a limit of dot Big Bang, so I don't know about that. Yeah, mixed feelings. Hopefully, hopefully Jordan takes that in strides. That does make it the 2 hour mark, so I think at this point I will call it. Yeah, no, that was a good, diverse set of games here from the IGD Albany chapter. Really appreciate that. So, um, pardon me. Lots of interesting stuff. Yeah, always excited to play more Global Game Jam games. I believe I'll be also streaming next week as well. So if there are any submissions that people want to make, we have that opportunity as well. So yeah, hopefully I wasn't too harsh in criticizing some of these games. I genuinely thought there was like really interesting variety of ideas, unusual ideas here, and at least was satisfied with a few of them. So yeah, looking forward to playing more next week. All right. I guess without further ado,